coat because we got it for something else and then that thing fell through. So I was like, we gotta wear a lab coat and I'll try to use it for this. So it kind of fits in later, but it's been forced. So anyways, with the theme of you'll poke your eye out, immediately I'm thinking about I'm completely neurotic in terms of keeping these children safe, right? You know, like I'm constantly feeding them. I'm like watching if they run down the street. I don't want them to cross the street. We're always, their safety is top in our minds. But then I thought to myself, you know what? I myself have sustained a lot of injuries in being a parent to these children. So that's a little bit what I'd like to talk about tonight. I have a 4-year-old, his name is Oscar, and a 7-year-old, his name is Augie. A couple nights ago, we're reading in bed, and the 4-year-old, Oscar, turns to Augie and says, Augie, put your butt in my face. I promise I won't fart. So then you gotta figure it out a little bit. His logic is a little bit off. He's obviously confused Augie's butt with his own butt, and obviously he wants to fart, you know? And that's how they are with, you know, the kid. It's apparent Oscar's mixed up Augie's butt, and Oscar's carrying a fart. And they talk like this as if they're carrying pot, you know, like, you carrying fart? Yes, I am. And then sometimes you forget, and then the fart comes out, and you're like, yeah, he was carrying fart. So this is currently the stage I'm living in, you know, policing whose butt goes into whose face, and how many potty words, judging throughout the day. You know, like, have they used too many potty words today in ratio with the rest of the words that they've said? Because I'm also of the belief, you know, nobody wants to be a potty word Nazi, because then they'll just swing the other way. You know, they'll grow up and they'll be in a meeting and say something like, "Fourth quarter sales smelled like butt." Or, you know, I object, Your Honor, on the grounds that he's a weenus. Because if you hold them back now, if you get too policey about those words, they're gonna just be weirdos when they grow up, you know? You need a new carburetor, poo-poo cough fart, or something. So I'm always like, you can have a few, and I admit, I like them too. I do still like them. So I always let them have a few. So anyways, eventually it turned out that I'm the one that got the fart in the face. I was reading, so I completely forgot that he was carrying fart. And he sat down on me and I got the fart in the face, which led me to think of a completely made up term that I've only made up, which is that I had been meth-fixiated. And then I decided I can have a whole journal of these type of words. Meth-fixiation is a term, like I said, I completely made up, in which a large amount of methane is released in a parental face, and the parental face needs to remain calm and not make a big fucking deal about it, lest the child will do it repeatedly. So I have come up, the Journal of the American Medical Association, the JAMA, if anybody's in the medical industry, has a little-known appendix, which is a collection of child-related injuries and illnesses, undiagnosed conditions caused by parenting or primary caregiving in general. The first one I have on the list here, besides the meth-fixiation, is legopodiatromia, which is an abrasion caused by stepping on one of several damned Legos that are left all over the GD place. Next is BM phalangia. It's the discovery of some BM on one of your phalanges or digits. It's particularly discomforting when it goes undiagnosed for several hours, making the caregiver wonder if indeed they are also suffering from the next condition, fecal ingestitis, which is the ingestion of latent fecal matter, usually due, but not limited to, an earlier diaper change. A lot of times this condition in particular is suffered in silence. The next injury I have is the Britax foot gut, caused by repeatedly getting kicked in the damned gut when trying to place child in the car seat. Just because, God forbid, you want to leave the house for a damn hour and have a reason to brush your dang teeth. The Britax foot gut is named after Britax, the car seat manufacturer with the most associated cases to foot gut. Next on the list we have eye scabs. Most commonly at risk are parents of 18 to 24-month-olds. Though these could be caused by older children as well, often caused due to a child's curiosity in regards to what an eye feels like, or what would happen if an eye is stabbed. Eye scabs are particularly hard to avoid because whatever you do, you must never inhibit a child's curiosity, lest they grow into a horrible, awful person. You just have to let them stab your eye, because this is a manifestation of their beautiful, beautiful, beautiful curiosity. Next is a dental abrasion, most oftenly caused by over-exuberant round of horsey on the lap, causing the child's head to crash into the bottom jaw of the horsier and abrase some of the inner teeth. We also have large child hip dysplasia, caused by carrying the large child, even though the child should really at this point be strollered. I mean, come on. This usually occurs in an effort to placate the child or move the dang child along seriously. Let's just go. How many times do I have to say, let's do first time listening? Jesus. Calf blasts are caused by a 45 to 65 pound person standing on the back of your calves, exasperated by the child knowing that this bothers you, and elevating the situation to jumping on the back of the calves. And finally, we wind up to the snap pinch wound, which is catching your fleshy skin caught in a variety of varied enclosure device options, such as, but not limited to, car seat buckles, zippers, snaps, or those fucking three-pronged things that go into this other part in a damned bike seat helmet when you're trying to put their bike helmet on. You don't want to pinch them, so you just pinch yourself instead. When it comes to child-related injuries and illnesses and undiagnosed conditions caused by parenting, self-diagnosis is actually completely okay. You could use this as a reference. I'm also thinking about selling some magnets for your refrigerator. Good night.